I'm gonna just say it. I, I'm 20 years old, so I'm just like, I'm younger Gen Z, but I have such, like, an immense hate for, like, Gen Alpha slang and Gen Alpha humor. I think that, like, I find it just so stupid. Like, I feel like, I feel like most of the reason why I really hate it is because of its with a lot of Gen Z slang, it was like, we get ours from Vines. Like, a lot of our references and a lot of our quotes, we get it from Vines and, like, older TikToks and just, like, whatever circulates. And I feel like the main reason why I hate Gen Alpha slang so much is because it's all focused around, like, being a hater of things that are what are deemed cringe. Like, stuff like, you have people saying, like, Ohio to be like, oh, that's cringe, or like mid, or blah, or all of this stuff. Like, ick, and mid, and like Ohio, and all of it. It's like all of the Gen Z slang, or Gen Alpha slang, is like directed towards people being cringe. And it's so weird, because I'm sitting here like what the like that's it's not funny now. It's not funny because of the fact that your humor is out of a place of no, that's not acceptable. That's weird. That's cringe. Your humor isn't just humor. It isn't just, this is funny. Chocolate vanilla swirled with cookie corns, please. No! Your humor is just because, oh, that's so cringe. I can't look at that. That's just weird. Like, that's not Sigma. That's not Alpha. It's Beta. It's, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Go read a book or something. Like, I'm good. I'm all good with, like, kids being kids. Like, that's what so many people are saying. Like, let kids be kids, blah blah blah. But here's the thing: they aren't being kids. No, they're like trying to grow up like like an exponential amount. They're like, I'm gonna be the diva, but then you're like 12. You're like 12 and you're wearing like a full face of makeup and you're being a diva. When I was 12, I was wearing neon green shorts and a Batman t-shirt. Like, we are not the same. Like, I understand that, like, every generation has those kids who try to, like, grow up, but I feel like social media has had, like, such an insane influence on kids just, like, growing up an exponential amount and not getting the chance to just, like, be cringe. And that's where I feel like most of Gen Alpha slang comes from, is the fact that, like, they didn't get a chance to be cringe. They all think that they're these, like, epic, cool influencers, but they're not being cringe. Like, let yourself be weird. Let yourself be cringe because, like, I just feel, I think that I just feel bad because it's like, like, obviously, I've had these times and these things where I was like, oh no, I can't do a certain thing because that's weird, that's cringe, all of this. But, like, here's the thing it's like, what's wrong with, like, just, like, letting yourself be? Like, if you're not hurting anybody, if you're not being, like, a stupid bigot or, like, any of that, and you're just, like, being weird and saying weird stuff and quoting, like, pop culture references that you like, even though nobody even knows them. Like, I'll quote Vines around, like, people, and some people, like, especially people who aren't my age, will not understand the reference in the slightest. Will not understand the reference because Vine is, like, decades old. But it's like it's something I enjoy, and I'm not like hurting anybody quoting like a Vine or like some TikTok that I saw that's like not necessarily the most like accepted, or quoting something from a game that I found funny. Like, it's not me just like saying the same thing as everybody else. Like, when like 6-7 is kind of like the 21 of Gen Alpha. Like, when that SpongeBob episode came out, and he was like, or it was not, it was the Vine. The Vine came out, and he was like 21, and like everybody started like making that joke and doing that every time we heard 21. The thing with 6-7 is they won't even say it when 6-7 is said. They'll just say it out of nowhere, and it's like what are you doing? Like, I'm trying to have like a serious conversation, or I'm just trying to have a conversation, and out of nowhere I hear some annoying ass kid going like, oh, what is this? Like, are we like I understand where it came from, but it's not funny. It's not funny. That's the thing. It's like, it's pretty people humor at its finest. Like, it's something that these kids, someone that these kids like looked up to and found funny, And then they just keep doing it and they keep doing it. And it's annoying because it's not actually funny. It's pretty people humor. It's, oh, this person that I found cool said it, so now everybody has to say it, and now it's like the mainstream. Like, that's what I feel a lot of just Gen Alpha slang is. It's like one really, like, cool, pretty person who's like an influencer says something, and now all of them are saying it. It's not just some weird video that they saw, or like, something that they came up with that's just like hilarious. Like with Vine, it was just like, some rando posting like a cringy ass video, and then boom, they're big and everybody's saying what they're saying because it's funny. But with them, it's like, oh, this already well established influencer says something that isn't even that funny. And then it's like, oh, now we have to say it, now we have to do it. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Can't you have, like, mind of your own? Which is a really weird thing, asking these, like, this new generation to do, because it's like they're surrounded by AI slop. So they have, like, no ideas of their own. They have to, like, have ChatGPT write them everything when it's, like, not that hard to write 5 sentences. It's just the fact that they rely so much on other people and other things instead of just using their brains, which are already at a limited capacity because of how much of everything that's going on right now. And it's just like I'm just like, oh my god, Gen Z is gonna do so well, like, helping like reestablish this like crumbling like world. And then I look at Gen Alpha and I'm just like, it's gonna be for nothing. No, because like we're gonna have to teach like a bunch of adult toddlers right after that. Like we're gonna have to like help a bunch of kids who like did not have like a support system because their millennial parent is just handing them a tablet and telling them to go away while they absorb a shit ton of brain rot while the parent's off drinking or partying or trying to live as a child. Because I don't know why millennials do that. Don't ask me. Tell me. I don't know that. And it's like I just find it ridiculous that Gen Alpha slang is so centered on like, being cringe. And that's why I find it so unfunny. It's because it's so centered on hating things that are cringe that it becomes unfunny because it's about hating that which is actually funny and which is actually unique because it's just mainstream. There's nothing unique about it. It's just mainstream. And it's like ridiculous because it's like you see all these like the ones that they come up with, and then there's stuff like, like no cap, low key, high key, all of this, and it's just like that's just carried on. Like Slay and 8 and all of that, that's just carried on from our generation. And that's the thing, it's like they can't really say like the words that are good for them, like the actual good slang that's just like simple slang and not like, references or quotes or stuff, that isn't even theirs. That's just stuff that they say because Gen Z and millennials say it. Like I'm pretty sure Slay came from millennials, and then just like it started as like, like the slay, and now it's just like a simple slay, like slay 8. And then back then it was like, it was a much bigger deal, and now it's just like a simple slay or 8. Like that's just stuff that they got from us and millennials. Like it's nothing new to them. Like the good stuff. Like then you look at theirs and it's like skibbity. What the fuck is a skibbity? Like it's like, oh, it's lame, or oh, it's up to your interpretation. I don't want to interpret though. Just tell me. Like, because if that's the thing, if you don't know how you're using it, then how the hell am I supposed to know how you're supposed to be communicating with me? Like, obviously, there's stuff that you say in just like random moments or like vocal stems, but it's gotten out of hand. That it's just like there's no purpose to it. It's not funny. You're just doing it because somebody else told you to, or the mainstream is doing it, and it's just not funny. Like, what happened to like this idea that like people could just be cringe? Like Gen Alpha is just so lame about that. Like they don't allow themselves to just be cringe or be funny. They're so judgmental, and they just need to like they need to learn how to be cringe. Like I love being cringe. It's like every time I hear 6 7 or Ohio or Skibbity, I just want to like myself or them. It's like like I don't know. I think that like I'm both on the fence of like I just want to like and like I want to, because like how the hell like are you gonna find that funny? Like maybe it's just my own interpretation, but like so many people also find it funny. And I also like the fact of the matter is like most of the people, like my point is reinforced by like most of the people that I see in my generation finding it funny are those pretty people who don't really have a sense of humor, who weren't able to like build up their own unique sense of humor, and the pretty people who like shunned other people for being cringy and all that stuff in high school. Those are the people who are finding Gen Alpha stuff funny and referencing Gen Alpha stuff along with Gen Alpha. Those are the only Gen Z that I'm ever seeing doing it, is people who basically just people who peaked in high school. And so it's like it just reinforces my point even more that like Gen Alpha slang isn't actual slang or memes or has any purpose. They're just doing it because somebody cool or pretty or unique did it and now they're doing it. And it kind of just like pisses me off because it's like I feel like there's a lack of humanity and a lack of uniqueness when it comes to stuff like that. And like idolization and all that stuff, it's just like that's another video for another time if I do decide to go on a rant about how much I hate idolization. But Gen Alpha slang it hit the tick. It hit the tick. And like I truly just like I like referencing pop culture, but like not because it's like unique or because it's like mainstream. I just like referencing it because it makes me who I am, and I just find it funny to do it. Like not because somebody else told me to do it. And I think that a lot of these kids need to realize that like life is so much bigger than like looking good for other people, and that like you can just like live freely. And if you find yourself putting yourself in constraints, those constraints will never go away. And then life will probably end up like a mirror or an episode of Black Mirror because you guys were unable to look outside yourselves and like find a freedom in just like being weird and like letting yourself be weird. I don't know. Yeah. That sums it up. How I feel about that. I didn't really know what to do for a YouTube video. And so I was just like, what if I just come on here and I'm just like, yada 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 yada, about like something that I hate, and I hate Gen Alpha slang, and I think that's gonna be what a lot of my channel is. I think it's just gonna be me yapping, and I may do some gaming because I do stream on Twitch, which is the same user as my YouTube handle. But I don't know. I mm, like this is my introduction. My introduction is just about how much I hate Gen Alpha slang and I accept Gen Z slang because Gen Z slang is just I don't know. I like how cringe Gen Z was. I really do. I do appreciate COVID for allowing us to just be these cringy ass motherfuckers instead of having to worry about like what other people think of us. And yeah, truly, guys, just I don't care what age you are. Just like live your life. Unless you're millennials. Millennials, take care of your children and then live your lives. Realize that you do have children. I do know I've seen like a lot of online millennials are so focused on like, you know, being cringe and being cool and living like, you know, living it up that they kind of like forget about their children. Your children need you, as we can see. Yeah. Love y'all. And recording.